Hey, what's up, Quagmire?
Oh, there's the sound of the birds. I thought they all disappeared because all I could hear was a lawnmower. Oh, and what's that? The wind in the trees. Good, that still exists.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go and cover the Anku. Now, you've probably already seen a couple videos on YouTube talking about this weapon, uh, and you can notice in the thumbnail and the intro, it's got some issues. Is it as bad as most people are saying? No. Um, it's bad, but it's not really bad. Um, and I want to kind of go over my thoughts about the weapon, what is wrong with it, and what could change that would, potentially make it better. So let's get into the video. All right, let's talk about the evolutions. So just basically the whole identity thing issue that this weapon suffers from is it wants you to, increase your slash and range damage during a slide attack. But unfortunately, this weapon has a cajillion puncture damage, and slash is actually, in fact, its lowest stat. So that doesn't make any sense. Slide attacks were nerfed ages ago, prior to Melee 3.0, I believe. So it's been a long time. Nobody does slide attacks anymore. They nerfed that a long time ago. It really hurt the game in a negative way. It was unhealthy for the game. So why they decided to make incarnons around it kind of makes me question why that is. But for the evolutions that I chose, I went ahead and went with the attack speed, the movement speed, and the extra critical chance. Those ones are kind of leaning more into the movement side of slash slide attacks. So as far as the build, it was really tough kind of coming up with something that made sense that was doing damage. But I think I figured it out. Um, so you do have over 100% crit chance. So with Sacrificial Steel and Blood Rush, uh, and even Gladiator Might set bonus, you are hitting red crits when you do a heavy attack, and that's why I'm also using Amalgam Organ Shatter, because the wind-up speed for the Scythe is pretty slow without it, and I do know that there's an evolution for that, but like I said, I'm leaning strictly into the slide attack, so I figured I can make up for the lack of wind-up speed with the mod. And then everything else is just, viral, damage, blood rush, etc. And then quickening is something that really, really helps this weapon. The attack speed and then the combo count chance. You're going to need to burn your combo count to actually do any damage, because if you plan on just sliding around and attacking that way, you're going to do no damage. It's not very good. So that's why I don't have, Primed Reach or Weeping Wounds. There's just really not enough mod slots to make this weapon good. I mean, you could potentially take out Viral and then put those two mods in, and then get your Viral from your Volpaphyla or a Primer or something. You could definitely run it that way, but, at that point, you are really just trying to make this weapon work, and I have to question why. So anyway, so we're just going to test it as is with my build here, and I'm going to test against, the normal people I test against, the Corrupted Heavy Gunners, and you are just going to get your thing activated. Now, the meme behind the intro kind of has to do with what I heard in Gaz's video, that it sounds like a lawnmower, and he is not wrong. Listen to this. That is so annoying, especially if you go into a mission and you have to hear this constantly. Really, really weird. But anyway, so back to the actual setup. You get your heavy attacks out, and obviously you'd want to kind of slide around, build it up as fast as you can, and attack them. And like I said, it's kind of hard to get slash going because it has so much puncture. But you know, if you can manage this weapon, is a early game weapon. So let's say you're MR7, you got the Anku early because you joined a dojo. You know, you've joined a friendly guild and they or clan, and they are helping you, and you pick up the Anku for some reason, and you go ahead and pick the Incarnon adapter for it. This may serve you outside of Steel Path pretty well, but you know, for anybody who is past the star chart and have done all the quests, this is not going to be a weapon for you at all. Even though that looks pretty decent, you can definitely kind of do a lot better with other weapons. Not even other Incarnon weapons, just other melee weapons. I also read somewhere that this weapon's base stats are worse than the Reaper Prime. Like the base Incarnon stats for this weapon are worse than a regular Prime weapon. That is mind-blowing to me. Seems like a lot of oversight. Not really sure what the logic here was with this weapon specifically. But yeah, it's not very good at all. But I wouldn't say it's as bad as what some people are saying it is. You can use it, but you're really, really, really forcing it. You know, a lot of melee weapons can do what that just did. And they're not even Incarnon. So to me that tells me that this weapon is not good. You know, it should really wow me if I'm going to spend the time farming this or buying it with platinum. You know, it should definitely be worth its investment on both sides. So I would, if I were to rate this weapon, I'd give it like a 4. It's not a 1, and it's below average. And that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, this weapon is not great. It's got a lot of issues, identity issues specifically about what it's trying to be. It wants you to do slide attacks, but for me to actually kill anything, I got to do heavy attacks. So kind of scratching my head on that one. I can understand, you know, like I stated earlier, the slide meta in Warframe was super unhealthy for the game. And DE came in hard and knocked it out, and you know, good for them because it was pretty bad. It was hurting the game in a negative way. But that was ages ago, so I'm not really sure why the Anku is leaning into slide attacks when it's a puncture-based weapon. Kind of weird, but I hope you enjoyed the video. I've been uploading probably, I think I've uploaded like 10 or 11 videos in the past 5 days. So if you haven't seen some of them, go check them out. I'm trying to cover all the Incarnon weapons, latest updates and the such. So if you're new to the channel, consider hitting subscribe. I don't do daily Warframe content, but I upload pretty frequently. So give it a whirl, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.